Hey guys, it's Lucy and today I'm going to be doing a book review again. It's not going to be the same book as the last video I posted on my new channel. It's going to be a different book, but I will be reading Boy in the Dress, a sample of that. So the book I'm going to be reviewing today is this book, and I haven't read this in years, and I've had it almost for 2 years now, and I haven't read it in years. Okay, so I'm going to read the back of it first. Darkness had come to the town. Strange things were happening in the dead of night. Children would put a tooth under their pillow for the tooth fairy, but in the morning they would wake up to find a dead slug, a live spider, hundreds of earwigs creeping and crawling beneath their pillow. Evil was at work, but who or what was behind it? So read this book and find out. Walliams is a natural wit evening standard. I absolutely love David Walliams' books. They'll become classics by Sue Townsend Guardian. So as you can tell, this book's probably by David Walliams. So on the side it says David Walliams, Demon Dentist. So we're going to read Demon Dentist. This is the winner of the National Book Award. So it looks like this, and I haven't read it in years. I can't even remember what page I got up to. I don't remember what happened. So I'm just going to get on with reading it. I'm only going to read one chapter because obviously I'm only going to read a sample. Beware. This is a horror story with quite a lot of made-up words. Okay, so meet the characters in the story. Alfie, a boy with the rotten teeth. Dad, Alfie's dad. Gabs, a little girl. Miss Root, a dentist. And Fang, her cat. Then we've got Miss Hare, a science teacher. Winnie, a social worker. Raj, a newsagent. And PC Plank, a policeman. Then we've got Texting Boy, a boy who never stops texting. Mr. Gray, a headmaster. Mr. Snood, a drama teacher, and Mrs. Morrissey, an old lady. Okay, Chapter 1, A Simple Case of Toothache. Alfie hated going to the dentist. As a result, the boy's teeth were almost all yellow. The ones that weren't yellow were brown. They bore the stains of all the goodies that children love, but dentists hate. Sweets, fizzy drinks, chocolate. The teeth that were neither yellow nor brown simply weren't there anymore. They had fallen out. One had bitten into a toffee and stayed there. Assorted fruit-flavoured chews had claimed others. This is what young Alfie looked like when he smiled. I can zoom in on that. Zoom in. He does not look good. That's because this 12-year-old boy hadn't gone to the dentist since he was very little. Alfie's last visit was when he was around 6. It was a simple case of toothache, but it ended in disaster. The dentist was an ancient man, Mr. Erstwhile. Despite his good intentions, Mr. Erstwhile should have retired many years before. The dentist looked like a tortoise, an old tortoise at that. He wore glasses so thick they made his eyes appear to be the size of tennis balls. Mr. Erstwhile told Alfie the tooth in question was rotten. A filling wouldn't save it, and unfortunately he had no option but to take it out. So that is what Mr. Erstwhile looks like. The dentist yanked and yanked and yanked with his huge steel forceps, but the tooth wouldn't come. Mr. Erstwhile even rested his foot upon the chair by Alfie's head to lever himself against it to help wrench the wretched tooth out. Still, it wouldn't come. The ancient dentist then enlisted the help of this even older dental nurse. Miss Prigg was instructed to hold on to him and tug as hard as she could. Even then the tooth wouldn't come. Soon the hefty receptionist, Miss Veal, was asked to step into the room to help. Miss Veal weighed more than Mr. Erstwhile and Miss Prigg put together, but even with all her ballast, the tooth wouldn't come. Just then the dentist had an idea. and ordered Miss Prig to fetch some particularly thick dental floss. He carefully tied the floss around the forceps and then looped it around Miss Veal's ample frame. The dentist then instructed his rotund receptionist to leap out of the window on the count of 3. But even with all of Miss Veal's immense weight yanking on the boy's tooth, it still would not come. Right, so I'll show you. This is what they were doing. That's Miss Prig, and that's the boy and the dentist, Mr. Erstwhile. Alfie and Mr. Erstwhile. With poor young Alfie still lying in terror on the dentist's chair, Mr. Erstwhile stepped into his waiting room to request reinforcements. The growing crowd of patients, waiting to be soon, were all called upon to assist. Young and old, fat and thin, the elderly dentist needed all the help he could get. Nevertheless, even with a lengthy human chain and an army of Biancas, the tooth stayed well and truly put. By this time, poor little Alfie was in great distress. The pain of having his tooth pulled out was 100 times worse than the toothache. So these are all the people that tried, but they still couldn't get the tooth out. However, Mr. Erstwhile was determined to finish what he had started. Sweating profusely, the thirsty dentist took a large swig of mouthwash and gripped onto the forceps as tightly as he could. Finally, after what seemed like days, weeks, even months of yanking, Alfie heard a deafening crunch. The dentist had gripped so hard he had crushed the tooth. It exploded into thousands of tiny fragments inside Alfie's mouth. With the ordeal finally over, Mr. Erstwhile and all his helpers were lying in a tangled heap on the surgery floor. "Well done, everyone," he announced as his assistant Miss Prig helped him to his feet. "Oh, that tooth was a stubborn little blighter." Just then Alfie realised something. He still had toothache. The dentist had taken out the wrong tooth. And they were all lying on the floor, and the dentist had taken out the wrong tooth. So I'm going to leave it there because then it goes on to chapter 2. So we have loads of pages to read, but the next book I'll probably be reading is probably going to be Boy in the Dress, and then we'll do Demon Dentist, and maybe I'll do a different book next week. You never know, because I don't know. So hope you guys enjoyed this book review. If you want to find out more about this book, make sure you go check on Amazon. There will be a book review on there. Sometimes book reviews. Look on Twitter. You can email David Williams to tell him how much you love this book, or how many books you want to read, or if he should read more books or write more books even. So yeah, thank you for watching this book review of Demon Dentist. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!